It's mostly so I can try them out if I hear something I want to try out.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, I presume even in online trading, can I just change can you change characters from the
Yes.
training settings?
Yes.
Yeah.
By the
Okay.
way, we are redoing the intro because it all messed up. Boroshin is with me today for digging for dirt. Always entertaining, very British. Hello and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Hello, I am Boroshin. People probably are familiar with me. I get about
Wow,
it.
that's
So.
humility.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
people know what is it. But yeah, they know me as the weirdo Maxima player. So yeah. But no, yes, here to talk about the changes because there was, the patch and whatnot. So I thought I'd start off with the main man, Maxima. Now Maxima actually got like very short changes. He literally had 2 things adjusted. One of them, it barely makes any difference as well, but one of them is actually a big change, which is his fast standing heavy. So this button, this is now a cancelable button. So this, before, the police are coming by. They've seen the fast standing heavy and are like, oh, this needs to be needs to be removed. So
It's my fault. I live in a bad neighborhood. Anyway,
This button before was just a poke, essentially. It has guard point on it, so if you jump at me and press a button, I can anti-air you with it.
That's what I'm trying to do.
There you go, for example, right?
Yeah,
it has guard point on it. But
well.
now I can, if I go with a far heavy and hit you with it, I can cancel.
Yeah.
So this allows me to, if say you're just standing, obviously I can get a full combo. I can go into whatever I like. I can do, which is big. You know, him having another far button. And this is quite fast.
Especially with
they also
it's the Shenwu buff.
Yeah. They also lowered the recovery, so this I can throw this out way more than before. Like, it is way faster in terms of its ability. So it's a way better button. I mean, it was already good, and it was a go-to anti-air of his before.
Yes.
But now, as well as close C, when you're pressing C now, it doesn't really matter whether or not you get close or far, because you can always cancel it into, say, the light charge to maintain some pressure.
That is a good point.
Yeah, so that if you anti-air someone with this now, you can use the light charge, or what is it? I can do this, and I'm next to you again. I can keep. Whereas before it was a bit more of a reset to neutral, like you went from you backed off. Now it's not so much the case. Also, if you're savvy, this is a little bit harder to do, but if I get a counter hit here, I can actually get a chuckle. You can actually get DPD. You can go into the but it's all
there we go.
Like something like that.
Yes.
Which is good. Because before, the only thing you could do on counter hit was you could max cancel and get a full combo. You could get a something like, well, messed it up.
Does that one?
Oh wait.
Does that actually work?
Takes a. Yeah, it does. It does. If I just turn on counter hit, I can just make it easy for myself. Can I just turn on counter hit, or is that not a thing on the online training mode?
I don't think so.
I don't think it is.
It's a little bit of a crapshoot, but
right.
Here.
Wait, I'll try. I'll give it a go.
Just be good.
Just
what
pressing.
Are you doing it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do neutral hop CD. Oh, no.
When it's grounded, I'm gonna have to reset just a bit of
Sorry.
Wait a minute. Press like jump B or something. I don't know. Press like.
There we go.
You get the gist. I could have gone into full combo there.
Yes.
You get the gist that you could do that. Whereas now, without even meter, I can get the DPD if you confirm it. It's not the easiest thing to confirm, but you can do it. And then the other change, this is a bit of a weird one.
The vapor cannon.
Vapor cannon.
Yeah.
So EX vapor, this doesn't really actually mean anything. What they did was they made it so that he travels backwards on hit. So he like physically takes a step backwards, but they also reduced all the recovery frames so you can still do all the same combos. The one advantage this does have, if we go to the corner, is before, when you hit EX Vapor Cannon, you would have to sort of manually adjust where you were.
Right.
Now, you're always right at the correct angle for the down forward C. So they kind of made it easier. of sorts.
Interesting, because Pfizer was talking about Maxima on the first episode, and basically was talking about how mid-screen you have to do a micro dash, so it's a little bit harder there.
Always had to do the sort of micro run in a bit to get a conversion, but it's a little you have to run a bit more now because of how he's moved backwards. But they have also made him recover way faster, so it's and that's literally it for Maxima. But I other people I saw a lot of comments going, why did Maxima get so few changes? Because they all think he's weak. I am still of the opinion that this character is a firm, solid, mid-tier, almost like he gets to do things no other character can do, and I understand why they play it safe, because this character is explosive.
Exactly, like he's got a great exactly. He's got like a great cross up. He's got great neutral buttons.
He's got command grab. And that's the other thing. They buffed one of his best neutral buttons.
Exactly.
And now it's even scarier. And if you buff a neutral button, usually that's a really good buff. And I think I don't know. I think he's going to be good. And to be fair, a lot of the top tiers like Janet in the previous patch, where he's like trouble matchups, they're now way worse. So suddenly he becomes a far scarier character. Right, now I'll change to one of the other characters I'm well known for.
Oh no, I wasn't previewed on this.
Mr. Yamazaki.
Mr.
Yamazaki. So once again, Yamazaki didn't get a huge amount of changes, but he didn't need it. I think Yamazaki was viewed as a high tier character.
Oh my god,
he was up there. He was up there. Let me just get to the changes myself, just to refresh in case I don't want to miss anything.
Yeah, three changes.
Yeah, literally he had 3 changes, and that's only to 2 different normals. So the Eviscerator, which is his forward A, the cancel version, they've increased the distance travel and the cancel window. Now the cancel window just makes things easier, but basically what this means is that if just hold down back for me. It means that when you're doing that you can't do 3 taps into it, but before if you did 2. Often that would whiff. Now it pretty much doesn't if you do 2 taps. And this is a frame trap. This is a total frame trap. So it means he can maintain pressure from those crouching taps easier. It's just a nice kind of quality of life change. It is good.
How plus is it?
The one that,
let's see.
The what sorry? There you go. Like that.
1 plus.
I'm in. I'm just like, we can, because before you'd use the forward B to maintain, but this isn't a true frame trap. There's actually quite the gap there. So what is it? People would poke you out of it. The change that's really big is his third one, slam cancel version. They've reduced the knockback distance on hit. So that doesn't sound like much, but what this means is that he's got this move, the EX reflector.
Yes.
Which is allows him to get a knock up and gets get damage. What this means is that if I'm on, let's say I'm on point, right? I'm point Yamazaki.
Yes.
With 1.5 bars, I'm gonna make this point. With 1.5 bars, I can do 600 damage.
Oh dear. Well, wasn't it that you had to Kara cancel something to?
No, now you don't. Now there's nothing.
Now there's no need.
So here you go. I can do something like.
Yeah, exactly. You know, just.
And so that will deal 493. You add 100 on for the poison. That's 593 damage. Now, bear in mind that combo builds back half a bar, so it's actually a 1 bar combo. So it's stupendous. His damage has just gone through the roof.
So the question about Eviscerator is, it also makes it, because I do remember playing like when he first came out, and I was like, why doesn't this combo? Because it would have been something easier to do. So the overall made him actually a little bit easier.
Yeah, that's basically it. And then the other thing they changed, which was the slam normal version.
Yes.
This, which is just the normal thing. They have reduced the recovery frame. So this is actually, I haven't really experimented with this.
Okay.
This is now potentially a bit more of a scarier, just like neutral button to throw out, because it is a cancelable normal. So if you hit this, you can get the up arm. The up arm. Theoretically, it's a little bit less risky to throw it out, but I mean, it still has a fair amount of recovery.
Let's see.
It does mean that if
let's see what it leaves you at. Do it.
So, oh wait, what on block?
Yeah.
Oh wait a minute.
My God. There we go.
I'm still big negative, but you know it's But bear in mind, it's cancelled. So.
Oh, that's true. So yeah.
Yeah. So I'm safe. It's more the on whiff.
You're a plus, actually.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a.
It's more for the width, yeah.
Yeah, the width is the thing. But yeah, that's it for Yamazaki. And to be honest, I was expecting he might get nerfed in some respect. But they didn't touch anything.
Yes, exactly. I think that's exactly where they're trying to keep characters' levels at the moment. But I don't think that is true for the next character you want to talk about.
Yes, if we're talking about the characters that I think we're talking about, is there's a character that I've only been playing like properly as like main character for like what 2-3 weeks.
Right.
Mr. Geese Howard. Now Geese was viewed. Bear in mind, you had a Geese Howard in what top 6 of Evo. You had Mad KOF was playing Geese, right? Mad KOF doesn't play bad characters. This is a person that always played good characters. And they just buffed him. He has no nerfs. So the first buff, which is actually once again a very good buff, jumping LP, is now gone from 6 frames to 4. So this is now just like instant. It's like bang, I'm gonna instantly hit you, bang, into you can do that instantly.
Does it actually work as an instant overhead?
It does. It's not if you crouch. It's not going to hit you because what is it? It might work on some of the bigger characters. If I was, for example, to change you to say, I don't know, make you Antonov. If you crouch with Antonov, it might hit him instantly. I have no idea. No, it doesn't. So you can't. That would be really ridiculous if it did.
So my theory is that it's actually like a, anti-hop button air-to-air.
An air-to-air buff, really. More so than anything. Then the change that I just don't get, right? Is the change to Fudoken A, which is the this ender, where he does the double palm.
The Heihachi.
You can now use both the normal and EX versions one time each during a combo. So before, with Geese, you had to prioritize which thing you wanted. Do you want corner carry, or do you want damage? So before, you would do something like this. You'd do... Who says he did the wrong special? You would do this, you'd get the wall bounce, you'd do that, and then you'd have to end with the overhead, right? Does less damage, but you get for better corner carry, right?
Sure.
Or you alternatively would do that, then the launch, then you'd do the palm. Still gives you good corner carry, but they go farther away and whatnot, and you still get some Okazeme off of it. Now, you just get the best of both worlds. Get the best of both worlds. You literally get to do this, into that. You can go into super. All's lovely. Big damage. Fine. There's no thought required.
Both of those moves, getting the another turn in the game, in the combo, is a little bit crazy, but it does make things a lot more interesting.
Yeah. So he just doesn't. You just get everything. It's great. I mean, it's great as someone who's just been playing the character. It's like, I just get more damage. So yeah, that's good. I'm surprised they made that change. The next change is get an Atami, which is his low EX counter. They've increased the counter's active frames. So before, bear in mind, this is like 1 frame startup. Now he hovers for a while. Oh, I've just realised I haven't got infinite meter.
Yeah. Just reset.
Why haven't I got infinite meter? That's weird.
No,
I can just put it on limitless. There you go. Now it's limitless. So.
Oh, okay.
So it's got more active frames, and the damage has gone from 180. There you go. Yeah. From 180 to 220, so it does 22% of your 22%. That's quite a bit. So all good.
Exactly. I mean, that kind of counter, though, it is maybe a little bit of a nerf in terms of, like, if you whiff it, if you throw it out, then they have a lot more time to punish you, I suppose.
Now we come to another change that's nonsense, really.
Nonsense?
It is nonsense in a way. His leaping slash, the shadow slicer, as it used to be called.
Yes.
They've altered the behavior on counter hit. So now, just keep spamming a button, and hopefully it'll give me a counter hit, or it might not, or you anti-air me. It's gonna be hard to shoot, but basically what this does is on counter hit it pops. That's weird. It traded though, so it didn't give me the proper thing. What? Oh man!
Why am I so good at anti-airing?
You're too good at anti-airing it. Right. But it's a.
Oh my god, that had
guard point on it. Yeah, it has guard point on it.
Either way, we saw this in the video.
But yeah, basically, whatever the case, this move, which is, bear in mind, this move is either 0 on block or it's +2, depending upon if they block it crouching or it crosses up.
Yeah.
This now, if it counter hits, causes a ground bounce.
Yes.
And then they also made it so that after, say, you hit this, you can also use the EX in the same combo. So you can actually follow it up. So you can get a counter hit, and then you can get the counter hit.
You can
try and
get
there, like that. Big
damage.
damage. You know, that was a 1.5 bar combo that did 563 damage off of a cross-up.
Why?
Yeah. Also, another thing, his EXDP, they just expanded the attack hitbox. They just made this better. So it's going to hit from further out, like there. It hits from further out. Don't know why. The other change, yes, Raiga Retbuken. They made it so that the final hit of it, this is his super. Yeah. Super Retbuken. The final hit of it now will hit as an OTG. Before, it would, like, do the first couple hits and it would just pass through. Basically, this now means that you get,
the guaranteed damage at the end.
You get, yeah, guaranteed. So if I did this, and now Raiga Retbuken, it does more than it used to. Now, bear in mind, you'd still want to do it earlier. You still want to cancel because it does more damage. But say you by accident didn't confirm, you've got more time to confirm.
I mean, can you do the ground slam after? Do the ground slam, then final Replicant?
No, but you might be able to do...
Oh, that. Right.
Oh, I didn't know whether you could do the ground slam after. I don't think you can. You can't do ground slam into Raiga Retbuken because you get up. Yeah, you get up too quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the other change was to his counter supers, both the level 1 and the max version. This now does 230 damage versus 200, and then the level 2, which I'm gonna just keep doing, does 370. I mean, that went from 350 to 370, so 35% to 30. I mean, it's just damage buffs. It's just gonna... It just makes these things do more damage. I mean, Geese fundamentally was already strong. I don't know whether he needed damage buffs, but they sure gave it to him. And so yeah, that's what he gets. So yeah, Geese is a scary boy, and I think you're going to be seeing him a lot because. I mean, nothing that changes are massively fancy. It's just that they just make him fundamentally more strong. It's,
considering that his strings already were pretty Kyo-esque.
Yeah, very good. They didn't nerf any of his ridiculous buttons.
Yes.
Like far C, far D, crouching C. All of these have stayed the same. There's been no speed changes, no nothing. Just buffs. It's surprising, to be honest.
Insane.
I mean, his damage from now a tap confirm is even higher than it was because of the Fudoken change.
Right.
So, he's scary. Right, now I'll move to a character that I still don't think is very good, but as our final character.
Yes, the fourth.
Let's just go back to a man who used to be top tier. A man who used to be, he got some decent changes, but they're not incredible.
It is one of those changes where basically, since the last patch, it was more of like a change of design philosophy for Gato.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested to hear what you have to say about it.
So interesting. So the one buff that is actually really good. This will always be a good buff. Is fast standing heavy kick. They changed the startup from 14 frames to 12 frames. So this button, which was a good button already, just way better, just easier to use in neutral. Because bear in mind, this sort of hits at hop height. So it's good. It's a good anti-hop tool. It's a good like stop pressing buttons from afar.
Yeah.
It's just nice. That is just a solid change. It makes him better. The next change is, I think it was kind of a couple of overheads got changed like this. Right. His chin breaker, which is his overhead. Yeah. They've made it so it travels forward slightly. I mean, it's very minimal, but it does travel forward slightly. And they've increased the damage from 45 to 60. So just
Can you
above.
whiff cancel that?
No. This is the normal. This is the normal overhead. You can obviously max cancel and, go crazy as you like. Then there's two changes that are essentially the same. The change to Wind Fang, Heavy Kick, and Heavy Punch. They've reduced the recovery frames when breaking. So if you just hold back, just for ages. This used to be +1. It is now +2.
Oh dear.
So when you break, it's now +2. So you can you've got a little bit more time to apply pressure,
Right.
you know, vice versa. I feel like if you're going to make it more plus, it would need to be a bit more plus than +2 for it to make a big difference because of if you look at the pushback, the pushback is, pretty, I mean, we go way
Let's go
away
to the side.
from each other. I mean, you're away, like, literally the only button I can use now, obviously they buffed this.
Yes.
To, like, make you stop moving is far D.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's something good. It's okay. And then the big change, which they highlighted in the video, was the changes to the EX Wind Fang and Backdraft Fang. Is when I go over you.
Yes.
Before, the only thing that auto-corrected was the slide.
Yeah.
Now, the dive kick, the projectile, even the up kick, that auto-corrects. Air dash auto-corrects. Counter auto-corrects. The only thing that doesn't is grab.
Grab, yeah.
His command grab does not autocorrect. But this did make for an interesting thing in the sense that obviously this allows him to do some weird, like, janky mix-ups.
Right.
But the one thing that they had to then adjust was EX Fang of Darkness before the thing, which is his, like, fake-out slide.
Yes.
Where he, like, fakes it.
And then pushes
Before,
you.
that would go through, because it wouldn't autocorrect, it would go through the opponent and it had no push box.
Yes.
But because now this autocorrects, obviously that's no longer a thing. So they've made it so that the normal version of Fang of Darkness now doesn't have a push box. So now you can do weird mix-ups where you go like, hey, like you could do some weird stuff, which is actually quite cool.
That is true,
the-
but combined with manual timing doing the command jumps, is there any situations where you found things became more safe or something like that with the...
The best situation to do these things after would probably be after, if I just hit you with a basic combo here, would be after the up kick super. You can go for some weird...
Oh!
That's where probably you're going to see the sorts of situations where you can go for the EX and flip over or something like that. Because you've got that hard knockdown, you've got a guaranteed timing. But the problem is pretty much most of them lose to, like, a reversal. If they do a reversal, or if they, like...
Well, that situation with mash throw.
Yeah, mash throw. I mean, you can... If you mash throw on the thing that I just did, it probably would actually be, I imagine, what I did. Because I don't think Fang of Darkness... Let me put you over here.
Yeah.
I don't think, Fang of Darkness has any throw-in vulnerability. I just got hit. So it's once again, this is my problem with this sort of philosophy change is in the system mechanics of KOF15 it doesn't really work because of the way that throws work and the sort of prevalence of certain tools. However, he did get one really good change. This is welcome. His Lightning Fang, which is his DP, on the Heavy and EX versions, in a previous patch, they nerfed it and made it have way more recovery. They've sort of reverted it. So now when he does, like, EX DP, I actually can like, hop in, whereas before, I couldn't do anything. I can even back up, go for the cross-up, which is good.
That's
like,
the thing about this DP. It's supposed to work like Crowbite, where you get Oki
where you get
afterwards.
a hard knockdown and then you get the Oki afterwards. He doesn't get a safe jump as far as I'm aware. I can't work one out, but it's still good that he gets something. He can actually, like, move about and go for something afterwards. That's nice. The only thing is obviously the heavy DP. This isn't actually invulnerable. Heavy DP is not an invulnerable move because it's got the break. So, like, for example, there I did heavy DP, and obviously you've got... But do EX, though. EX is the one you'll want to go for. And then you can obviously go for your fancy combo. My issue with the buff is it didn't really address... My hope was that they would address his ability to confirm from a crouching B. At the moment, he can literally... The only thing he can do, pretty much, at any range is go into light palm into, say, super. That's it. I mean, if you're very close, you can go for EX Stomp. But EX Stomp, if you're ever so slightly too far out, it whiffs. So, it's not the best. But still,
well, that's more of a corner situation, isn't it?
I suppose, yeah. It's just the problem is what's good in KOF15 is being able to confirm off of those lows and getting good damage. I mean, take a character, for example, like Geese. I could just confirm into EX Palm every time. There's no thinking involved. and us KOF players don't like to think. We like easy mode strats. So,
Mostly because
those are-
everything's so overwhelming already. So
yeah, fast paced. You want to make things simple for yourself. So but yeah, that's my characters. Those are my changes. Hopefully those have been explained in a well done way.
So
but yeah,
Gato,
overall, I'm happy.
Gato will be like reserve position for you, or
Yeah. I'm still gonna have a pocket Gato, but at the moment, I mean, I was trying out Dulon. I don't think Dulon's actually very good. I think he's got some interesting mix-ups, but I think his neutral sucks. But that's a discussion for a different time. But I think I'm just very happy with my 3 characters I've got. Geese, Yama, and Maxima. I think they're all in a really good place, and I think they're all going to be pretty good in this patch. So, yeah.
right?
That'll be my team. But I'll still play Gato, as well as lots of other characters casually, because I just like the game
Yeah.
and enjoy it. So.
Yeah, that's why, I have people come over, tell me, like, I love hearing the passion about the characters, what plans you have for, like, how you're going to formulate your offense, and, just so many different things. So, thank you so much, Boroshin. What can we say to sign off?
What is it? Well, thank you, one, for inviting me on. It's been a pleasure doing this. Sign off. What is it? More KOF action coming from me. There's actually, I imagine you'll probably still be streaming because you're doing a couple more after this.
Yes.
But twitch.tv/Boroshin, 7:30 BST. I'll be streaming some KOF 15 action. So if you're still wanting to watch some more KOF, I'll be streaming. So. Yeah.
Yes, and make sure people follow you in the description below. I will be putting it all over there. Thank you again, Boroshin. I hope more
much.
people enjoy your crazy Maxima play.
Thank you
And
very much.
Yamazaki. Your Geese.
Yeah.